They're like, oh yeah, guy with Pensy Steam comes in every once in a while. They're not really much really test LED in the headlight, but we'll take this.
Known quite well by all. She's the regular combination. She's a Wabash cannonball.
Proceed to 15. Hey everybody, this is Pensy Joe back again for another Train Talks. We haven't done Train Talks in a while. And right here I have an in-progress project. It doesn't look the prettiest right now. I still got to do some touch-up paint work and some repainting on some of the areas, and then this should be looking a little bit better, hopefully. I still got to do some paint work on these smoke deflectors, and you're probably wondering, well, what kind of paint job is this? This is not your usual paint job. I'm not done with the locomotive, by the way, or the tender. To get to the point, this is a Columbian Bay and Western Challenger. And the Columbian Bay and Western is not a real railroad. This is a fictional railroad at my model train club. And the Columbian Bay and Western was pretty much similar to the Clinchfield Railway. They had Challengers, so did Western Maryland. Challengers are pretty much based off of UP prototypes. This is a heritage model. This is a heritage paint scheme model. Purple is a little bit darker than I could find. It is what it is, unfortunately, but it's fine enough for me. On video, it's a little bit brighter than it actually is. But yeah, this is what I've been trying to work on lately. Interesting enough, painting wheels and doing the pinstriping on the wheels is easier than, doing this other stuff. I've been doing tapes work and all that stuff, and no matter how well I sealed the tape work on this to mask it, it's just, there's always some paint that bleeds through, so I'll have to mask this again, hopefully get the red redone on here. It's almost like a oxide red almost, but it's actually darker in person, the oxide red. But yeah, and there's like this gold yellow stripe that's going to come out, and it's going to say Columbia Bay and Western right here. There will not be a number on the cab of the locomotive. It will be up front on the smoke deflectors. Now, the Columbia Bay and Western didn't really have smoke deflectors in the Legendarium, but I thought it would be really unique and kind of cool to do with this heritage scheme model. Now, the club has another Challenger. I've already had this. I had two Challengers at one point, but one was given to the club. That was really for me buying it for the club last year. I haven't ran it in a while, and now it's at the club, so hopefully they enjoy it. These Athearn Genesis Challengers are pretty good models. They're not the heaviest. They're made out of plastic, but they can still pull. And they're fairly reliable models, especially from my experience and from others' experience out there. This locomotive is not quite done. I still have to finish painting on the other side. I also got to do some touch-up with some black paint on these main driver wheels to correct some of the mistakes I had done. And I'm thinking about pulling, not this side, but these wheel sets out of the rear truck and painting it black on the inside of the dish. I'm not sure about the trailing truck. I probably will do the tender, but pulling these out are going to be rather complicated. But I could still do that just to add, more color to them, so it's not just bare metal. So it'll be a really well-painted model. Pinstriping on, the walk side was also yellow, and I wanted to do yellow because I thought it was pretty neat. Usually they're white walls, but I did yellow walls. And the yellow walls do actually add some color to this model. We got a red cab roof to match the red on top of this tender. And the purple on the side. Could have done better. I got some bled on the window, unfortunately. I tried my best to do the masking, but, well, there you go. So, this is what I've been working on, guys. Yes, it does kind of look funky, and Some people might not like it because this is based off of a UTP prototype. But, you know, it's something I wanted to do for myself when I leave the club sometime later in the year. It's not because I don't want to be a part of the club anymore or anything like that. It's because I'm planning on moving to another state. So this is more of like a commemorance item for myself. As you can see, I got to do some black touch-up paint on the side, on this side as well. The yellow striping, I might not really mess with this as much. It's not that bad compared to this side, but I would just have to do the red again over this. And I'll probably bring it to the club tomorrow at one of our meetings just to show, you know, what I've been working on. But, yeah, so what was this paint job based off of? Well, the paint job was based off of a SD9. The purple's a little bit lighter. They had a gold stripe and it had a red, you know, roof or halfway to the top. And I thought, you know what, that would look pretty cool on a Heritage Scheme Challenger. Now, the Challengers that the Columbia Bay Western would have would be obviously mainly black with graphite smoke box. And they can be with or without the smoke deflectors. I'm going to turn this locomotive around. I will have to get some custom decals for this. As you can see, the roof of the locomotive is red. And actually, it does look good with the red roof, to be honest. I still got to finish the pinstripe rims for the tires. And then I got to paint the pilot wheels black, as well as the trailing truck black inside the dish. And this is the other side. This side just needs more yellow touch-up, really. The other side needs a little bit as well, but, you know, I had to redo the purple because I wanted to just keep it continuing down. As you can see that ridge where the, you know, yellow paint was. But you know what? I was like, nah, I'll just keep it straight. And then what I'll do is continue the yellow stripe over here. So it will look rather unique, a little bit different. Or I might just continue it where this diamond, it's not a perfect diamond, but well, you try, right? And I might try to fine detail paint it by not using tape next time. I might just try and do it as careful as possible without having to use masking tape, because no matter what I try to do, even if I make sure the masking tape is tight as possible, for some reason paint gets under there still. And it's been enough back and forth process, you know, every day. So this is a side project that I have going on. It's kind of like how I had a side project with my tri-rail locomotive. So you will probably see more of this locomotive in the future. I do plan at some point to get TCS WOW for this locomotive. I'm not going to go with Tsunami. I know a lot of people say these UP stuff sounds good with Tsunami, but no, I don't. I to be honest, I know they probably had like 3-chime UP whistles on the clinch field, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of using a hooter, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to think about it. Otherwise, I'll use a UP hooter. UP 3-chime, and bell, I'm not sure what I want to do too. The Chaffray, I know I'm going to probably use the chuff for this locomotive. But yeah, I'm not sure if I want to wash this, do a black wash on the firebox. For some reason, early challengers, the early challengers that, not the earlier challengers, the challengers, this is a late challenger. When they did these in the earlier runs, they did this light silver kind of paint color. And I also got to fix the LEDs on this at some point where the headlight, for some reason the headlight's not turning on, so it might be a board problem. Hopefully it's not an LED problem, because these are, I believe, LEDs. If I'm wrong, it's, well, gonna have to work on it. So, yeah, they made the shell silver and the firebox light silver, but that's okay. It's not a huge bother to me. I'll probably add some crew figures as well, And what's cool is that the door and one of the doors in the back open up. But we'll do like a before I put TCS in here. We'll do a review on these Challengers. Just know that the paint scheme is not to this. We're going to be talking about, the Challenger itself with the stock sounds. And as it looks, you can look up photos online. It's just not really satin, but, matte, a light mattish kind of black with, I'm surprised they could have done this gunmetal gray like the drive rod linkage. But yeah, this is still a work in progress. Some people might not like this. I don't really care. This is my little fun project for me. Well, it's not. It's still really little. I'm working with paints, and this is a good candidate. It's not. You can find these models for a really good price. I might see if I can paint these details here, brass, the pop-off valves and all that stuff, because I'll give it some more color and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this train talks. It's really short. I haven't been here for a week. I've been hanging out with my significant other. I've been doing other stuff that's been keeping me busy. I've been working on the tri-rail locomotive for, improving the lighting functions and all that stuff. And I'll do train talks on the tri-rail locomotive at some point soon as well, so I can get into that. Anywho, guys, I got a in-depth review video coming up. I'm pretty sure some of you might guess what that might be. It's in the shot right now, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Pensy Joe signing out again. Bye now.
Hear the lonesome hobo squall, riding through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Well, the eastern states are dandy, so the western people say. St. Louis to Chicago, Rock Island by the way. From the hills of Minnesota, where the rippling waters fall, no chances can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland to the hill and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear the lonesome hobo squall, riding through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Now here's to Daddy Claxton, may his name forever stand, and may he be remembered in the courts throughout the land. When his earthly race is over, let the curtains round him fall. We'll carry him home to victory on the Wabash Cannonball. Oh, listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland through the hill and by the shore.